the current first vice president, friend no, Professor Naana Jane Ajima agye sɛ yɛnya ne nteɛ sɛ wayare ama wakɔkɔpie mu ɛwɔ the United States of America broni enyina sie kurom na beto odwa na ekɔfo ɛkeka sɛ mami ahwere ne nkwa mami ahwere ne nkwa mami ahwere ne nkwa ɛnan mu ana lawyer-foɔ ɔmo na edi Naana Jane Ajima nsɛm ɛma no ɛpatwɔw ɔmo ɛkyerɛ sɛ owuo yi a maame ewu yi bi nka ɔmo sɛ fata sɛ wɔsanka nipa bi onim owuo no ho biara na wɔsanka ɔmo kye no na nka ɔmo ma ne mmara edi esie nanso asɛ ɔmo ayɛ din ɛhwɛ sɛneɛ nneɛma ɛbɛsi akɔ sisi adeɛ ɔmo anya ɔmo ho enu ho obiara ɔwɔ asɛm mu biara no ɔmo bɛhwɛ na ɔmo ne mmara no ɛne no edi no yie ebusuafoɔ yɛsɛ mbrɛ no bɛkɔ ne akɔtie nsɛm no mu akyerɛ mu ɛwɔ enyina si aburokyiman mu the United States of America.
As we speak, before this particular injunction application to be heard here at the Supreme Court, there were two other cases. As we speak, those two cases have been called. Judgment has been given on one. There has been adjourned for the judgment to be given on the other one. So the expectation was that the application was going to be called and the hearing will begin. But we understand the panel, as we speak, is not complete. So the judges are currently waiting for one last justice of the Supreme Court to arrive to make that particular panel complete before they are able to sit. Just before that, we saw the current Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, and the former Attorney General, Dr. Gebuadame, being called into chambers by the justices of the Supreme Court. And the speculation is that they were called to be informed about this particular development, that one of the justices of the Supreme Court who sits on this particular panel to hear this injunction application by the Member of Parliament for Otapo is currently not available here at the Supreme Court. We are told that if in the next hour or so, if it doesn't show up, what it means is that the case will be adjourned for future hearing. But we are waiting to see what particular decision will be taken by this particular panel on this issue.
Well, Lateef, do we know who make up this panel, the judges, and how many are they?
Well, so in all, we have 5 justices of the Supreme Court sitting on this particular panel, and let me run you quickly through them. We have His Lordship Justice N.S. Yao Dew. We also have His Lordship Justice Richard Ajay Fempong. We have Her Lordship Justice Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu. We also have His Lordship Justice Samuel Kwame Adibi Asidu. And finally, we have His Lordship Justice Yao Dako Asari. These 5 justices of the Supreme Court make up this panel. And as we understand, I wouldn't want to put out the name of this justice because he is the only one who is not available, and we understand he might make it or he might not. If he doesn't show up, like I mentioned, the case will definitely be adjourned for future hearing.
Thank you so much, Lateef. We'll definitely.
Under Section 208 of Act 30, a person convicted of treason or felony or an offense involving dishonesty is disqualified to serve as a juror unless the person has obtained a free pardon. Over the years, and strangely, the justice sector seemed to have become constrained only to a small pool from which jurors were chosen. This pool seemed to have become confined to clerical staff in the civil and or public service institutions, and in a few instances, officers from the education sector. The yearly revision of lists required under Section 213 of Act 30 has seemed not to be thorough. This has caused the untenable problem of a particular juror being involved in several cases in different courts at the same time. Some of the jurors were on jury duty for years, and in some cases over a decade, making them almost professional jurors, and not the lay group with fresh exposure to legalities that they were needed to be. After much brainstorming, a team assisted me to propose solutions and reforms to make our jury system more efficient and result-oriented. In order to get the buy-in of all stakeholders, the team went on to do media and stakeholder engagements on national and regional platforms. As we open assizes today, jury lists have been expanded to include all citizens qualified by law, including many individuals in the private sector. Over time, steps will be taken to further expand the pool from which jurors will be selected. With these reforms, it is our expectation in the judiciary that the time of citizens engaged in jury duty not being used efficiently will change, and now there will be more expeditious disposal of cases. The time for change has gladly come, beginning from today's opening of the criminal session, which will be occurring in all the regions of Ghana, where trials on indictment will be conducted. The following administrative directions already exist for presiding judges and registrars of high courts.
Some of the instances we saw, Justice Tokono, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So, because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, the last time Justice Tokono traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the Judicial Secretary, journalists, everybody, check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Let's look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Kufu, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Tokono. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Tokono returned, $9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about?